So you have to forgive me. I'm not too sure. What was the last time you were actually able to do some easy percent runs in this game?
Oh, well, so I was actually going to be participating in this tournament
Right.
until a very last minute decision by my job to switch shifts. So I will be working night shift now instead of the day shift. So it'd be harder to get matches in during the day or in the morning. So and I also work weekends. So it's but the last time I actually competitively done this, maybe about 2 years ago when I last won this tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing. You were the champ through that tournament. A very fun, I believe, the fourth annual one, as Brian brought up earlier. Is there anything? I mean, you've been probably watching the matches this year. Anything that's kind of popped up? I mean, obviously, I think the competition's just that much better as we've gone on. But I don't know. I think a lot of people are a lot more comfortable with fire lanes. I've seen a lot of good firing lanes, even from people that don't have necessarily the experience. It's been pretty impressive to see the everybody turn out as far as the tournament's concerned.
I agree. Well, I mean, again, the competition this year is stacked. 3 years ago, I mean, the competition was there, but it wasn't as tight as it is now. I mean, you have people doing 5.4x, 5.3x's, and back in the day that was almost impossible. And we've come up a long way ever since then. So
yeah, the leaderboard's getting filled up with those times. By the way, speaking of a good time, we had a 113 exit into Eat My Shrapnel here by Bryce. So Bryce flying as usual.
He's killing it. He's killing it. So Eat My Shrapnel. This room in particular is a very technical room because you have 18 shrapnel that you have to kill, right? But you can only have 4 on the board at once. If you have any more than 4, there won't be any, spawn. So you have to really, really be precise while also maintaining the swarm at the same time.
Yeah, it starts to get tricky when you're not getting the item support. If you don't have that orb, if you're not getting something like the rockets for you, all of a sudden, those shrapnel build up. And if you only really focus on the shrapnel, all of a sudden the foot soldiers are getting all over you. So it's a room that's you can't really gain too much time in. It's really easy to lose time in, right?
I agree, because you'll sit there, you're like, okay, why are no more? Oh wait, there's 2 shrapnel on top of each other. I should probably kill that. And you get easily overwhelmed if you're not paying attention and doing a lot of counting in your head, optimally, of course. We have it looks like Dildarr still doesn't have an orb. I'm not sure if he actually grabbed one.
Haven't seen one yet. It does get the razor. Unfortunately, gets clubbed down. Gets another one to replace there. But yeah, unfortunately, you do like to see the razor. It'll help establish the middle of this room for Dildarr. But yeah, needs that orb drop. Needs that orb drop real quick here.
Really bad, or else this room gets insane. And we got Brisulph in the hardest room in the game, the bonus room.
Yeah, Bry was able to really take care of that carnage. Got some rockets, got some spreader, and got rockets to end the room. Has 3 bars of clips, so should be able to take out these gunners without too much of an issue. And a razor drop. This is looking really nice for Bry early on.
That's a great drop. More rockets in there. He still has his orb.
Bryce is
and more rockets. The rich get richer. Brisulph demolishing this room right now. Sub 4 still, and he's basically halfway, if not 3/4 of the way done with this room with a razor shield still.
I mean, yeah, real chance here. It's not going to quite be there, but the chance for a sub 4 right there was very close. But I mean, you got to be thrilled about that time. If you're doing a no reset run and you're getting out of tank trouble in about 4 minutes, that's incredible.
Anything under 410, 405 is amazing. First of all, it's world class, of course, and to get that is hard. But Brisulph trying to go for he got it. He got the orb. So that's about what half form worth of damage, I believe, if you get the orb on Mutoid Man.
I think even possibly a little bit more, but just about that. And then it's able to use grenades. Unfortunately, on Dildar's side, gets the orb on his and then
loses it. Yeah, it's hard not having an orb or even weapons something, anything getting into this room because it gets overwhelming really fast. And then it gets out of control, and then you have to worry about, okay, do I want to take the gunner out? Do I want to focus the swarmers, the tanks, the shrapnel? This room is brutal for a lot of our runners, including myself. I always have trouble with it. You know, it's just one of those things.
Yeah, I think 40's brought up before. You know, sometimes even total carnage could be the really tricky one, but I think there's a general consensus that runs are really truly won or lost initially when you get to tank trouble, and then you find out if Mutoid Man's going to give you anything or not.
Most definitely. And Brisulph again putting on a clinic already on final form at 532. This is looking at like almost the sub 6 if he gets another weapon quick.
Not quite. Looks like a couple of drops there, so not gonna
key drop. Oh man, it's always disappointing to see like empty drop. Oh, Mutoid Man is trolling right now. All right, well, Dildarr is in.
And you see the reaction from Brian the lower left. He is livid about these drops.
Most definitely. And Dildarr is in Mutoid Man right now, and Bryce is done with Mutoid Man basically. Let's see. So you see our runners kill themselves here because if you have an vulnerability with potential shotgun, and you get up to a specific spot near Mutoid's armpit area, you can get I think 9 times the damage. So it's insane what strats have been found. Like right here, for example, it's a far away shotgun for Dildarr, but that invulnerability can gets in nice and close. There it is. He's doing it. There it is. Beautiful. That's about a half a form.
Yeah, not too bad. You know, if he's able to get it, he needs probably another spreader to work out like that for him. But so some chance here. He's only just getting to 7 minutes. He's able to keep racking up that damage. PB potential is on the board, absolutely, for Dildarr.
Most definitely. This is looking good. Consistent orb drop. I always stick with the orb personally if there's nothing else that's good, because it's 2 damage to the if you hit the specific spot on the chest. And overall, I mean, this is looking pretty solid. This might be a PB here. Potential. Okay, there the orbs. Okay, not too bad. And there's the spreader, the nice little troll. Oh, he didn't go for the spreader. I wonder why.
I think, yeah, Dildarr just kind of noticed that he wasn't maybe landing those lob shots and really tried to focus down to make those. I think that's definitely one of the tricky things for anybody that's a little fresh to the game and hasn't been able to put so many runs in. Is in this fight, you get introduced to this lobber weapon. You haven't seen it all game, and then all of a sudden you get this thing to where you have to be a little bit more pinpoint accurate at shooting it to be effective.
Very. It's not a straight shot. It's not a spread. It's literally going over, and you have to be very precise. So, all right, not too bad. Final form for Dildarr, and there it is, just like that. Just like that. Final room complete. Mutoid Man Dunzo. Moving on, and that's an 829.
So that will beat the recorded PB. He has a recorded on speedrun.com of 852. Brian mentioning in chat, though, that he did have an unrecorded low 8-minute. So definitely the potential there for Dildarr to start dipping into these 7s on these runs here. I'm looking forward to it.
There we go. GG's. Well, congrats on the recorded PB. I know all too well of unrecorded PBs. I still have my unrecorded 538 that still needs to be done. A while back. Yeah, good times. So GG's. That's amazing. PB on the first run. Wow. Nice job.
Yeah, that's always impressive. You know, there's always going to be the folks that are going to have to face off against the beasts, the CHXs, the Leafs, the Brisulphs. And that's a tough task. That's a tough task for me to ever even get a game in a best of 5. But it's great to see when you start to whittle down. You start really seeing that improvement, and it's kind of quick at that level too. You get to that sub 8, and then all of a sudden that sub 7's real quick, and all of a sudden you're floating in like maybe the 630 range. Now you're looking for that sub 6. The progression in this game is really fun in that way, and that it seems it's craziness. You know, a lot of bullets, a lot of things flying around, rooms that you gotta have to like adjust to and learn, but the progression, and you start getting there. We've seen it with so many runners that, you know, they have their first tournament, and you know, the PB might not be there, but then soon enough they're crashing into the top 20, top 10 runs. You know, so always good to see the progress being made by everybody on the board.
Agreed. Yeah. Again, I won't be surprised to see multiple PBs back to back to back, especially for the newer runners who haven't been around for so long. It happens so fast. And then it becomes addicting because you get so close to that, you know, 6-7 minute mark, and you're like, I know I can do it. I know I can do it. And you break it, and then boom, you're top 10 somehow, some way.
Or you're me and you sit at 6 minutes for like 6 months, and it drives you absolutely crazy. And you're just trying to get 5. You're just begging to get 5 something.
All right. Looks like the runners are ready. Let me go ahead and get them ready and set. All right. On go.
Let's see in chat, folks. I think we're all expecting some PBs here from Dildarr. I'm thinking if we happen to only go to the 3 right here, I'm expecting a Dildarr to at least have a 7-4x by the end of it.
I can say 7-4x confidently within these, you know, 4 or 5 games that we'll have with Dildarr. Because again, more reps, more chances for PB, I feel. So this is a best of 5. Usually we used to do best of 3s for the first round to get, because we had you know, back in the day we used to have maybe 22 people at a time, but now we have a lot of runners, and that's actually amazing to see. So these are best of 5s for the first few matches, and yeah, it's really nice to see the community grow over the years.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, having the solid 32 number, that's great. Double elimination, I think, is a great format for us as well. Best of 5. You know, you really get some games in, you get some experience, and you always have that second round. You know, we somebody's got to, you know, unfortunately, kind of take the L in that first game, no matter who you're bracketed up against. But the possibility is there for a lot of folks to be able to make that run in the second round, and so I look forward to that. Those are always some real fun matchups, and that's what we'll be having next week after we get through this initial week of opening round games.
Yeah, this week is you're gonna see some mixed matches basically, and that happens within the first round because, you know, first going against last, and, you know, it kind of just evens out as it gets towards the middle of the pack. But yeah, it's nice to see, you know, and Dildarr with the first orb of the run. It's not too bad, not too bad. And then now Brisulph got his orb too. So if Brisulph can keep the space, we could probably see a potential, you know, sub 630 easily.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And unfortunately, yeah, Dildarr did have that orb, does lose it, does manage the rockets here, and you could get this room done with the rockets. It looks like he's actually firing pretty decently, pretty limited. Some people will just kind of expend all that ammo, and no, he's doing a very good job. He needs to pick up that second one. Does get it. Very nice.
Wow, very efficient. You should good, nice job. Very efficient firing. He could grab the razor shield here for extra protection, but I doubt he needs to because I think he only has 1 shrapnel. Yeah, very good awareness by Dildarr. And now total carnage. This is the fun room. Especially if you don't have an orb, it can get a little wild, but as long as you get good drops, you can definitely, and gets clubbed. All right, and then on top of that, you get a shield, which can help take out the shrapnel. However, it runs out really quickly, and then you won't pay attention, and so much is going on, and you'll die. I've had it happen to me before.
Meanwhile, on the other side, I saw Bry got an early razor in that room, was able to use it in a very offensive way too, and that's something you'll see from the top runners in this game. Using a razor shield not only to hold the center, but to really go after the foot soldiers. Gets out of there with a sub 3 minute into the bonus room. Very stellar time, and that's what you're looking for in a race.
If only we can get both runners in to do product placement at the same time. That's usually when we do our product placement, right? I think.
Product placement, typically, yes, when we get a little handoff between our two runners when they're both in the bonus room right there. Can't really do it. There's too much chaos going on the board otherwise, so
Agreed.
Reserve it for the bonus room there. Let's see.
And the swarm of shame for Dildarr. Meaning, if you ever get that swarm, means you spend a little too much time in that room, and then again, Dildarr really didn't get too many good drops, and still doesn't have an orb.
Yeah, it's hard to keep it under that time when you're not getting that orb drop, when you're not getting those weapons. Meanwhile, on Bry's side, he shrugs at it, but he just got out of there with a 409.
Shredding that room. I am jealous.
I'm incredibly jealous. And but let's see what he opens up with. Swirl on the left side is able to take care of those just fine. Gets the rockets. That'll allow him to take care of the gunners. And he's going to be looking for the ball bust up top. If you have not seen the ball bust before, we brought up the last run. He's trying to hit the top of the dome right there, and you don't see that orb come out the other side. That means he got it.
And he got it. There it is. And Dildarr with an orb right there. Okay. Let's see how long he can maintain it. Again, it's hard to grab the orb in that room and maintain the madness going on all at the same time. So I understand that very well.
Yeah, tank trouble is very easy. It starts to get away from you. The center starts getting really crowded. I know I've had to do it. I had to do it in my last, I think a couple of the games in my last matchup. There's no shame in taking the corner if it's going to keep you alive, you know. So
exactly.
Sometimes that's there. Yeah.
It's always about, you know, staying alive and keeping consistent damage going in these runs. You know, the tournament strats as opposed to PB strats are really, really different. And that's a tournament strat, a very efficient one. That's to use the corner if you get overwhelmed. I know I've used it before, and it works very well until you can, you know, maintain the madness within. And Brisulph with the shotgun, and there we go.
Sabotage,
okay.
But he gets it back, so it's better.
No.
Sabotage.
Oh, he gets another one.
And it's final form anyway, so it does
matter
not
because it's already final form. No, the troll. He gets sabotaged right at the feet. Perfect setup, and then, you know, drops it at the feet. It's painful to see. It's painful to watch sometimes. Now if he can actually get some drops, he can finish this room at a sub 630 maybe.
Not even. This won't be a sub 630. It'll be a little bit above that. And he takes
so
the continue because he takes a drink. He's
nice and casual. He's gonna let it go all the way to 1 and then his start. There we go. All right, Brisulph done at maybe a sub 7 right now, maybe potential.
Oh, is he going to do it?
He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. He is. The infamous razor kill.
Wow.
And I think that's a bounty, isn't it? Wasn't it? Or a hidden incentive?
Not yet. I don't think we hit that one yet, unfortunately. Bry, the equivalent of high stepping into the end zone right there. Finishes off his run at a 7:05. He will take game 2. But on Dildar's screen, we do got rockets. We do have grenades. He's going to be able to get some damage. He probably gets the final form if he gets these grenades. He does. This is going to come down to, like, he needs one. He needs something
one
better
more
than
weapon.
rockets. Yeah, he needs better rockets.
Oh, no. He might be so close to. All right. Oh, I thought he grabbed it. That would have been at least a sub 8 potential. All right, we got grenades, orbs, and gets shocked with the continue. Yeah, Mutoid Man in this phase in this final form is very very tricky. He moves around too much, it feels, and he likes to troll you. He'll cover your drops, and then you have shrapnel intercepting you at all times.
Yeah, those shrapnel get sneaky in this room for sure.
Oh no, the drops are drying up now. And just like that, Mutoid Man is dead.
Dildarr will be getting out of there with an 8:34, it appears. Unfortunately, yeah, ending drops there. It was looking like there was still a chance for that sub 8 into the 7 minutes there, but unfortunately, just didn't come about.
The drops did dry up. The trolling is real. Mutoid Man is Mutoid Man. All right. Oh man. I mean, again, you know, you're gonna see matches where either you're gonna PB by a lot, or you're gonna get really close to your PB, or you're just gonna be so far out that Mutoid Man is just gonna murder you multiple times and give you feet and razor shields or something. I don't know. But GG's Dildarr, GG's Brisulph. All right, let's go ahead and get them ready for match number 3. All right, I think Dildarr can take a match here. What say you?
You know what? I think if there's an opportunity right now, I know Bry hasn't been feeling these drops. He's been getting he's been doing fine through the stages, so he's been able to mitigate a little bit. But yeah, I'm seeing, you know, I still think the 7-4 is on the board here for Dildarr. And yeah, you know, if Bry takes it a little too easy here, absolutely the door is open.
RNG is RNG. What if Brisulph just gets nothing but feet and grenades from now to Mutoid Man? I'm sure it can happen. It's Super Smash TV, and that's what RNG will do to you. All right, let's go ahead and get the runners ready.
That being said, to be honest, Bry has been looking absolutely stellar through his stages. Mutoid's just kind of shut the door. I gotta say, I just gotta know a little bit about Bry. If he doesn't get a sub 6 minute amongst these 3 runs, but given how good he has operated through the stages themselves, probably not gonna be too happy about it. I wouldn't be too happy about it either if I had those paces going. You're just not quite getting the breaks on the Mutoid.
Definitely, again, Brisulph needs at least a minimum of 3 sub 630s in order to really be that #1 champion all the way through, I feel. and he can do it too. Don't get me wrong. His skills is just far. It's amazing to see how far Brisulph has come from when I first started to where he's at now. It's immensely like beautiful to watch. It's almost like a work of art.
Yeah, I mean, Gonzo, you know, I know as well, as far as someone who plays the game, puts in the runs, that sort of thing. I watched Brisulph run this game. I'm like, how the hell?
The things he does with the controller.
Just simply like, yep, all right, that's why that guy has the 5-1x, the potential 5-0, and
Yep.
who knows down the line where the floor is as far as the times are concerned. Grenades, though, for Bry opening up this room. Not what you want to see there. Razor shields for both. Grenades for Dildarr as well. Just some unfortunate drops so far. Razor shield's all right, but you gotta start seeing some weapons here. You don't want to see that orb. Gotta stop seeing those grenades.
Definitely, yeah. So you're going to see Brisulph force a lot of drops here to force that orb to spawn, right? A lot of advanced runners will do this strat because, again, you want to see that orb. You want to leave this room with at least an orb or something to clear the next room with. And that's a 126 entry with no orb from Brisulph. That's my normal time with an orb.
And yeah, he was able to carry out rockets there. Was able to get a spreader as well. So they able to clear the initial stuff. Finally got that orb drop, and now yeah, he's going to be able to start really being able to control this room again, working those drops, trying to get the rockets. Yeah, ultimately trying to get
Oh,
rockets in the next
no.
room. That's going to be the goal.
Dildarr gets clapped by the shrapnel at the end there as he was moving. It's not too bad. I mean, again, you can easily lose time in this room if you know, one thing goes wrong, but you know, you can't really save any time because everything's consistent here, thankfully. So, and gets clubbed again. Rockets for Brisulph, and a Razor Shield. Again, the rich get richer here, all right, and spreaders. So Brisulph's definitely going to demolish this room, and more rockets. Vitamin R is what we call that. That is beautiful. Firing lanes are empty. Brisulph is just being Brisulph right now. And Dildarr finishing the room with rockets. That's actually a good start for tonal cartridge. And
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Dildarr was able to clean that up, and then yeah, more R, and ooh, just probably I don't know. Usually, Bry will be looking to maybe hold on some rockets, trying to go in the next room, but just wanted to clear that out. Does go sub 3, so
sub 3.
Can't be too upset about that. Bry flying through the run right now into the bonus room.
This is his tutorial run. He's gonna put this up on YouTube for with commentary. This is how you sub 3 into the bonus room. That's how you do it. Dildarr with the Razor Shield, using it a little more offensively this time around, which is nice. Gets a shield, which is really good. He's actually using that shield very efficiently, which is good. All right, he gets a key. Very empty drops here. Almost gets clipped. Very, very lucky. Again, the drops are drying up for Dildarr right now, and it doesn't look like it's getting any better. And then on top of that, you get a nuke to finish off the room. No. Oh, no. Oh, no. And keys, the drops, the RNG is not with Dildarr right now. Oh, no. Meanwhile, Brisulph is already done with tank trouble, and what can you do? 411. That's his slowest time into Mutoid Man, actually.
Yeah, and on Bry's side, getting a lot of the weaponry and just holding the room fairly well right there. You can't be too mad about that.
Spreader.
Yeah, just doesn't quite get it. A little,
and it
little
doesn't
early.
get doesn't get the orb. All right. Okay. So Bryce was trying to position himself perfectly to where he doesn't get hit by the gunners, as well as trying to do maximum damage with the spreader here. Great nuke by Dildarr to be able to clean up the room and get set. Another nuke would definitely help, but gets hit by the gunner. I don't think he can get to that nuke in time, but uses his shield efficiently here and gets a Razor Shield as well. Brisulph gets a spreader in Vuln time. Let's see what he does here. All right, there it is. That's one form. That's two forms. That's three. That was beautiful. Textbook spreader in Vuln Mutoid Man right there. And Brisulph again. Sub 6 is in play if he gets a weapon, which he does. This is sub 6 right here. This is it. Have you had a sub 6 yet in the tournament?
Not in tournament. I was able to get a PB during a race, about a 550. Bry will get in a little bit higher.
There we
than
go.
that.
That's our first sub 6 right there at a 5-5-5. GG's to Brisulph.
Sub 6 on the board. Well done by Bry.
Well done. And then Dildarr finishing up. Had a very rough total carnage, but definitely cleaned it up in tank trouble. Again, tank trouble is very rough for anyone, experienced or new. It's just one of those rooms that you have to constantly keep practicing. The RNG's never the same in that room, and yeah, it's rough.
I think one of the things I've always kind of considered with tank trouble, and especially as you're getting more experience at it, because the game's always gonna, we saw Bry just take some absolutely horrific RNG in that game too, and that stuff's gonna happen. it's being able to take advantage of the times when the game does give you some drops, and that's where it really comes into play. There's just kind of a, you know,
I don't think he sees it. Oh, that was a spreader under Mutoid Man's arm, and I don't think he saw it. He grabs it last second, but the invuln had already ran out at that point, and then gets another invuln. This game loves to troll you. All right, if you can get consistent shots with that orb, I can definitely see a possible sub 820. And then with the reset here, not too bad. Rockets, Mutoid Man. Mutoid Man really wants him. Can't get him. Kind of far out.
Yeah, not giving him great positioning for where the weapons are dropping right now. And sometimes, yeah, you just feel like you're just stuck because he's just parking on stuff. And then you take an unfortunate laser like that. Now you're not getting the next weapon drop. That was already out on mine. It was really an annoying place regardless. And these swarms just kind of drag on sometimes. This happens. This is absolutely part of it. This is a beautiful spreader, though. Does get it. Is going to be able to get
involved. Can grab it and can. Oh, perfect. That's a beautiful setup right there. That's at least 2 forms. If he can. Oh no, runs away. Mutoid Man did not like that whatsoever. All right, that's another
scared
form.
for his life and taking off right there. Down to the penultimate form here. We got the head off. We're looking to get that. It's getting some nice angle on the lobber here, though. So Dildarr landing some decent shots, but he's starting to get Mutoid getting a little squirrely. And now final form coming up here.
There we go. I think he's going to use the orbs to clear us out to the next weapon because you do have enough ammo so next drop. Hopefully it's there we go. Orbs on the feet, and this should do it. As long as he's accurate with the there we go, perfect. And just like that, Mutoid Man is donezo. GG's to our runners. Brisulph with 3-0 sweep. With the first sub 6 of the tournament, as expected, I suppose.